What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ review, and I'm here to rank the Child's Play franchise. I've seen all the Child's Play movies. I recently saw the new remake, and I'm here to rank all of them from worst to best. So there have been 8 Child's Play movies. You've got the 5 that were released in theaters: Child's Play, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Curse of Chucky. You got the 2 that went straight to video, The Curse of Chucky and The Cult of Chucky. And then you got the remake, Child's Play. So let's start with the worst. And the worst is an easy one. The worst is easy because it's so bad. And that is The Seed of Chucky. I don't know that there's any horror sequel that did a disservice to its franchise like The Seed of Chucky did. The Seed of Chucky was bad. It was embarrassing. It was difficult to watch. It tried to be fun and it wasn't fun. It was just stupid. The Seed of Chucky is a horrible, horrible movie. It's one of those movies that I don't ever need to watch again. So number 8 is Seed of Chucky. Number 7 is The Curse of Chucky. This is another movie that I didn't really care for. You know, that they tried to take the franchise a little darker, tried to bring Chucky back to his roots a little bit, give him back his original look, but this is a movie that just didn't work for me. And here's why it didn't work for me. It just wasn't scary. It wasn't scary. It felt a little bit removed from the timeline, but I can forgive that in a horror franchise. This just wasn't a scary movie, and it tried to be. It tried really hard to be scary, and it wasn't. But on top of that, it was a boring movie. Not only is it a horror movie that wasn't scary, it was also boring. So yeah, The Curse of Chucky is definitely number 7 for me. Number 6. Number 6 might be a little controversial, because I know a lot of people like number 6. But for me, number 6 is The Bride of Chucky. It was just too dumb. It was too dumb, guys. So I understand that it had a lot of comedy in it, and it was self-referential, and it came out during a time when horror was kind of making fun of itself a little bit. I get all that, and there was some decent kills in The Bride of Chucky, but it was just dumb. It took Chucky to this place where I was embarrassed for him to go. It was a dumb movie, and it took a great iconic killer and turned him into an embarrassment of the horror franchise. Yeah, they gave him a great new look with his face all stitched up and everything. They introduced Tiffany. Tiffany was fun. She was funny. She was fun. She was kind of a great foil slash Bonnie to Chucky's Clyde. But it was dumb. It was a dumb movie, and I rolled my eyes so many times. So 6 for me is The Bride of Chucky. Top 5 are all movies that I liked them more than I didn't like them. So just know that going into the top 5. So at number 5 is Child's Play 3. You know, Child's Play 3 fast forwards the Andy story a little bit, but it's still very much the Andy story. And the kills were all very... The narrative felt very Chucky to me. Nowhere near as good as the first 2 movies, but the narrative felt very Chucky. It fit in with those first 3 movies. The kills felt very Chucky. It all felt very Child's Play to me. So for me, Child's Play 3, this was kind of like in a lot of ways, this was the last one in the Andy story. Now I know that we see Andy again down the line, but in a lot of ways, this was the end of the Andy story. And then they moved away from that. For better or worse. Mostly for worse. But Child's Play 3 was a fun horror movie that started to take some turns to the silly side, but it still felt Child's Play to me. So that's number 5 for me. Number 4 is The Curse of Chucky. It was great having Andy back. It was kind of obvious that this actor hadn't acted for a while because he had some rust to dust off. But it was nice having Andy back. It was nice having the character back. It was nice having the actor back. And it was nice having Chucky having to reincorporate Andy into his goals. So yeah, I liked Curse of Chucky. I like Curse of Chucky probably more than most people did. I like Curse of Chucky more than I should have. But I really enjoyed kind of the franchise going first full circle and coming back to Andy. So, Curse of Chucky is number 4. Number 3 is Child's Play 2019. This is another movie that was way better than it had any business being. This was a fun movie that felt very Child's Play-ish. Yeah, Chucky was an AI in this one. Yeah, he looked different, he sounded different, but so much of this felt like classic slasher, especially the last act. The last act felt classic slasher. So I really appreciated that. I really appreciated them coming back to that. The gore was a little over the top at times, but I really appreciated them coming back to that classic slasher and giving Chucky the treatment that I know a lot of people don't like the AI thing. I understand that, but I felt like they gave Chucky the treatment he deserved. They made efforts to make the character scary again. It wasn't really a scary movie, to be honest with you, but the you could feel the intent there to make Chucky serious and scary again. So I appreciated that, and Child's Play 2019 is at number 3. Number 2 is Child's Play 2. Again, a very good sequel to the original that, for a while there, with these classic horror franchises, they were really good at pumping out some decent sequels. And Child's Play 2 is no exception. Child's Play 2 was a good sequel to the original. Having Andy in it. This was a good, fun slasher movie that continued the story from the first one and felt genuine. So, number 2 is Child's Play 2. Number 1, obviously, then, everybody's guessed it by now, Process of Elimination, the first Child's Play movie. The makers of this movie had a difficult task. The difficult task was making the story about a doll being possessed by a serial killer being scary again, or being scary. And for the most part, they pulled it off. This movie had some genuine scares. This movie had some good kills. It had the classic motif, nobody believes the kid, By the way, my daughter, a couple nights in a row, a few months ago, more than a couple nights, probably 5 or 6 nights in a row, she crawls into bed with me and my wife, and she's like, "There's a ghost in my room," and she was terrified. And I remember looking at my wife and saying, "This is the point in horror movies where people don't believe the kid." And so yeah, they didn't believe the kid. So Child's Play kind of helped firm some of those horror movie stereotypes that we have today. But it made Chucky was relatively scary in this movie. And it cemented Child's Play and Child's Play 2 cemented Chucky as one of the great killer icons. So I really like Child's Play. It's a product of its time, obviously. Child's Play was definitely a riff on the popular Cabbage Patch dolls that came out during the same time that this movie came out. Chucky looks like a Child's Play doll, or looks like a Cabbage Patch doll. Chucky looks like a Cabbage Patch Kids doll. So, today, kids aren't going to be excited about getting a doll that looks like Chucky. Back then, they were. It was Cabbage Patch. Cabbage Patch was all the rage. So, I understand why in the new one they made Chucky an AI. But that being said, the original it was a good classic horror movie with some good kills, some great atmosphere to the movie, and yeah, Brad Dourif as Chucky. I mean, Brad Dourif voiced Chucky a long time, but Brad Dourif as Chucky added like this snark to the role. And Mark Hamill did fine, but Brad Dourif has the snark, he has the wit, he has the it sounds like a mean streak, right? So yeah, Child's Play is number 1. So that's my list for the Child's Play movies, ranking them from worst to best. How would you rank yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Please subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm working to get to 100 subscribers. I'm at 85. You can help me get to 100 by hitting that subscribe. And thank you so much for being here at the LQ Review, where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.